Hello, good evening and welcome. A lovely, warm and sunny evening. So, I have had a really good day today. We have had company here this morning. We've been out for lunch, Sunday lunch, and I've had a snoozy afternoon. So, I'm all fresh and ready to go. So, let's get you down onto the table. And I'm going to go to the catalogue, but first of all, I'm going to sneak something out from underneath. I cannot show you the insides of it, but I am going to say catalogues are in the house. Okay, so the mini catalogues have arrived. They have been unpacked. Good morning and good evening from here. So, but yeah, I don't know if you're about 12 hours behind us, but anyway. Catalogues are in the house. They will be going out shortly. I've got labels printed to go on, and yes, they could be with you very soon. Okay, so pop that aside because there's some lovely things in there, and I don't want to be tempted to open it and break Stampin' Up rules. So I'm going to be sharing with you. I had a lady with me today, one of my customers, and I was chatting with her online this afternoon and said, any ideas, any suggestions, any requests? So we have had a request for the 3D embossing folder. So the circles embossing folder, I'm just going to use as a bookmark. So on page 129 in our catalogue, just down the bottom corner here, is the whole page of embossing folders. Okay, so this is the folder. I'll just open that a minute. So the whole page is dedicated to embossing folders. So the circles 3D is here. It's number 4. It's 11.25 here in UK. And it's really, really heavily etched. It is 3D. It is exactly what it says. Yeah, and so you're kind of like, you're what, 11? Is that 11 or is that 13? I can't work it out. But anyway, probably 11. Anyway, nice to see you with us again. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Gillian. Hi, Shaz. There we go. So the request was for the 3D embossing folder. Anne Louise was really impressed with how deeply etched this folder is without cracking the cardstock. That's because our cardstock's really good quality. So I thought tonight I'm going to wake up an old set that's carried over, and it is this one down the bottom here, Crafting With You. It's a really lovely set. That's on page 75 if you want to run and find it. Okay, so it's got the stamps, it's got the dies. They're no longer a bundle because they were a bundle in the previous catalogue, but this is a brilliant set for us crafters. We love it. So get those out of the way, bring on the stamp set, bring on the star attraction, and bring on the embossing folder. So it is Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder. It is 3D, it really is heavily etched. Okay, so I have an idea in my head. I've not tried it yet, but I want to put a technique in here as well to show you. Hi Lynn, nice to see you. You've guessed. You were in the know, Missy. And I've also discovered something new today by playing with this set. I've got a little brainwave to show you as well. So I always love when that happens. So let's just get the show on the road, shall we? So I'll put those to one side, leave that one in the corner. So I've decided to go with a colour palette. I'm going to have a grey granite base. So I've scored this already, so you know the drill. It's a whole sheet of A4 cardstock or Imperial. Score it down the middle and cut it in half. Score it in half and cut it in half. Whichever ways you like to do it. It can be a tent card, it can be a normal card. So I've just done that ahead of time. And I need some help with colour ways today, please, girls. So I've got this one on here, like so. Now, excuse me. I need you to discuss as to which colours you would like to put with this. I want a colour on the front here. Now, the grey on the back here, the grey granite, this is a nice pop. This is a nice dusky, but is that too dusky because of that one? And then I've also got another choice here, and it's this one. See, I quite like that. But then I thought, well, let's go away from purples, and maybe somebody might like some lemon with the grey granite. Looks really nice as well. So give me some choice. So Petunia Pop, Fresh Freezer, Moody Mauve, or Lemon Lolly. So which colours would you love seeing there? Okay. So they're your choices tonight. I've got the big machine here ready. And if you say one particular colour, I've got it already cut, die cut, embossed. But I'm going to just cut these actually to size. Let's leave that one off there a minute. So I'm going to cut these, the first one. So the first one I put up with Petunia, wasn't it? That was the first one I put up. And someone else has got Dusky, that one. Fresh Freeze. Oh, look at you. Go on, all we need is Lemon Lolly and we've got a full house. Oh, 2 for this one. Okay, we'll just keep counting a little while. Okay, I have got some pieces here, kind of trimmed to size, but I've taken this one just 1/2 centimetre off what the base card is, okay? In fact, I want to go 1 centimetre under because, yeah, I'm going to put a white layer in there as well, just to lift the colours, because they can be a bit, sometimes they can be a bit murky when you get 2 colours together. You just need something to break them up. So 10.5 for us in metrics. So we're going down to 9.5 on that one. And I keep all these little bits to the side. So moody move, moody move. Oh, look at this. Oh dear. Oh no, Shaz, what have you been up to? Oh look, okay, I'm going to do all of these now and we're going to hold each one up when we've done them and we're going to see what we like. Okay, I think that might be a good idea. So we're going these 1 centimetre under the actual size I need. I'll sort all of the scraps at the end into the respective sections. That's good. Oh yes, Lemon Lolly. Oh, look at this. You see, I picked some good choices, didn't I? Always nice to hear. So we've got 1 centimetre under, and then the white will sit in the middle. Now, I often have some panels, the size panels like 1/2 centimetre under, I have as white panels, and the next size down, this size I'm now doing. The reason being, I'll just show you, just a sec. So we've got all of those colours there, and we've got the embossing folder, so we'll do all of them. So where's my box? Here's my box. You know I store mine in these lovely little boxes on my shelf. So here we've got a couple of layers that I really use a lot of. I need to cut some more of those. I get my pack of white card and I cut whole sheets at a time, so maybe 2 sheets of each size. So I've already got panels in here in centimetres and inches, so they're good on camera because you can see straight away what sizes I've cut them, and you've always got them ready. And they also make, either size will make good liners for your cards, and then just pretty it up. So by having some ahead of time, it's always handy, and I just keep those in that box. So that's my panels. Let's get these embossed so you can see. If you haven't seen it already, I'd be surprised because I know I've used it before, but it is a really popular one, and I have sold several to customers. So first of all, I'm going to take you through lining this up in the middle. Okay, I'm a bit close for the camera now. So we're going to place it in here, but we kind of want to go in the middle left to right. So those dots, that circle are slightly over, that's slightly under. So I kind of want to get that in the middle left to right. And then I want to get it in the middle, top to bottom. Now, because Sandra's so clever and she's labelled them, I can't see it. So turn it over. It won't matter die cutting it. And then I look to the outer circles here. So you can see where that the little dots around there is just touching, but it's got a big gap here. So I'm going to move that up just a tad. So it's not quite embossing that next layer. And then just recheck your sides. And then it's just a good way to get it in the middle, top to bottom. And if you're worried it's going to slip or you're not sure when you're in there, then all I would say is grab some double-sided tape, just a piece of your Scotch tape, and just stick it in place. I think I've got that fairly good there and left to right. Okay, so we're going to pop that in there, and it's the plate 4 to go on top. No shim needed. So just run that through. I don't want to knock my glass of water over. There we go, and this is how beautifully it comes out. Look at that. That is just so chunky monkey, isn't it? It's really, really deep etched, and it hasn't cracked the card, which is what Anne-Louise noticed earlier. It's just not cracked it. It's really nice. So deep, so deep. And then that would be a combination on our card there. Okay, now I could just run this through like this and I'm just going to pop those all together. I think I've cut this one. No, this one. Let's just go through all 4 and then we can lay them all on later and see what we think. Okay, so I'm doing it again. I'm just going to bring this in. I'd like you to see my colour choices. So I know where I'm going to the outside of this one and then the top and bottom. Just nudge it up a tiny little bit. Okay, left to right, recheck on the plate and run it through. All of them, do all of them. I can do actually. I just won't have the decoration bits for all of them, I don't think so. But we can do them. I have got a really nice project that I want to do. I'm going to wait and do it Christmassy time, I think. It's just that one of my teamies was saying that she was interested in doing a project, and I've already done it. And I went into my Lynn's on here. When Lynn and I were doing a lot of cards for charity and going through all my retired swaps with other demos and my ex-kit class packs that were just kicking around and not been used or split up, we got lots of things that we said, Lynn said, oh, that would be really nice. Oh yeah. I said, right, let's put it in an inspiration box. So we ended up with 2 inspiration boxes, one for cards and one for 3Ds. And I happened to come across that one, and that was one that Helen wanted to have a go at. So there's the yellow, beautiful again. So that's 3. Let's just do the last 4th one. So yeah, that's one of my projects. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do it nearer to Christmas because I think it might be one, not silly near, to give you time to make the same. For gifts. It's a really nice gift one, and it kind of can replace a Christmas card. So if you've got some specials, all those people with families and grandchildren, etc., who might like to have photos in a card like the Americans do, this could be a really good idea for you. So hold fire on that one and you will get to see it. So that's all 4 done now. So these are the combinations in here. So I put the white one on there. We can have Misty Mauve, which seemed to be the favourite. Then we've got all of these 3 as well. So if I quickly cut some more, I'll just do it off camera. There's a second one, the bases. There we go. And I think the person who asked me to do this had better have one of them. So Anne-Marie, you need to choose a colour. The colour bit. So I think that's going to be right. Oh, well, that's not 2. Need another 2, don't I? Healthy. I do love grey granite. Anybody else mad on a particular colour? And when Pebble Path came out, I've been using the ink on that one today. Pebble Path is just like the darker equivalent. Look at that. This is kind of a lovely colour. I loved it when it came out, grey granite. But when Pebble Path came, I think those 2 are the darker version of this. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely love them. They're my favourite neutrals. Of course, apart from black, I do use black a lot. We all gear ourselves to certain colours, don't we? So I might find if I've got some of these done. Oh, look at that, 3. Make sure they are the right size. Yay! Yay! And yay. Let's get those stuck together. We'll cut some more of them later. So I have Tombow. Oh, tempting turquoise. I have a customer who loves that. You love watching 3D makes. Okay, you will see this. I will do it. Like I said, I've got it down for a little bit nearer to Christmas because I think when the Christmas catalogue goes live, maybe. So let's just wipe the nib of that Tombow because it's just struggling to come out. I think I left the lid off it. I did. There's a little lump in there, it just wants to come out. I left it in the jam jar, but I didn't have the lid on it, so it wasn't fully access to the air. that'll be fine. So I'm putting these layers on flat because we're going to 3D the decoration. Now I could have gutted those, I know, and I haven't done it tonight. I do think it's a waste just to cover up layers. Look at that. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, if you guys don't mind me doing this, I can actually gut the middles of these and that will just show you why I do it. So one of those and probably one of those. That's a wee bit long. I wouldn't risk that one. I might risk that one. So just bring up the machine again. Kind of a bit well known for my thriftiness. It's not being mean, it's just not liking waste. I am a recycler. I do recycle loads. So there we go. Fairly new plates as well. You haven't got your catalogue yet? Well, and we didn't like to boast about it. UK are normally last getting everything. We really are. We're in Ireland. Well, I suppose you are. Anyway, we seem to think we're always last to get things. I think we were first. We've had ours for quite a while. But I didn't want to shout about it at the time. I think several of the UK ones said, don't post it online to say it's arrived. Because, yeah, there might be a few unhappy people. Makes a change. So my pre-order, I pre-ordered them. We could go live for demonstrators. I was saying to somebody today, demonstrators get access to everything a month early. So we can order from the new Mini now because it's a month before it goes live, which is always a perk of being a demo. So I've had a new lady sign up with me today, and it's one of the big advantages. We all like to have things early, don't we? I'm just poking these ones out. It's just so that I've got some shapes. I will then store these in a little cello bag in with the Stylish Shapes dies. So if I wanted a white one in the future, they're already in there, ready to go. It saves covering up that whole piece when we can get 8 pieces out of there. Hi, Debbie. Oh, there we go. I'll put that one down on the floor. They do look nice together, don't they? Yes, I went with the Moody Mauve first. Then I thought it might be too dull, and then I thought, well, I'll go to Petunia Pop. And then because I got that one out, I thought, oh, well, maybe a bit lighter. And then I thought, oh, maybe not a purple, maybe a yellow. So it kind of like transitioned as I went. All right, let's get these stuck down. And then we've got all of them to choose from. So has anybody on here got this already? Because it's annual catalogue. It's been about, oh, you know what I've done? I've scribbled all over that, and that's going to go through onto my mat. So let's get this one down first. Yeah, it's been around for a little while. It's annual catalogue, so we've had it since May for customers as well. Has anybody got the 3D embossing folder? The circles one? I know I've sold a few of them. People are really loving that one. I think it's just so deep and so detailed. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You love 3D too. Who's that? Oh, that's Anne. Yep, it is a 3D project, and it is something that you could do for Christmas, especially if you like giving photos. So that's all I'm going to say. It is a card, but it is 3D, and it's a bit different. My sample one I found up has got my cats in it, of course. So we are all bad at not printing photos. It's in your cart now, bless you. You won't regret it. You really won't regret it. There's no one-way design on this folder either, so you can't put it upside down. Okay, so that's that one, that's that one. Last but not least, the one I started with originally. Like I say, if you have any requests, please message me, because that's why I'm using this one tonight. So I just reached out to someone I was chatting to and said, any requests? But she was impressed today at how deeply etched this one was and no cracking of our cardstock because it's all good quality. Go a little bit of a border around the edges there. So there are our 4 pieces, okay, like so. Don't they look fab? Stop at that, it's lovely. So anything can go on these cards. Now, I haven't got my picture in the corner, have I? You can't see me. Oh, no, wrong one, this one. And then that one. Oh, good grief. Why aren't you working today? Okay, that one, and that one. There we go. You got my little face in the corner now. Sorry about that. So all of those colours, they are absolutely gorgeous. One of the things I really want to get to is cards like this. So they are ready to go. You could even put a liner in there, put your sticker on the back or stamp them with the angel policy, whatever, and have those all ready to go in a container. So all you've got to do is grab one for an occasion. You need a card in a hurry, stamp a little greeting, put some foliage or something on there, and and just decorate it. And then most of your work is done. You haven't got to go and sit and get the trimmer, cut all the layers, stick them all together, etc. You've just got to pick it out and decorate it. So I think there's a lot of weight to be had in that. So what we're going to do is go with this one. Now I wanted to have some details on there of some sort, and I wanted a greeting, and I thought, oh, this one, I really like this one, sending a handmade hug. So if I open this up for you, we'll just push those off a little bit so I can get to the rest of the board. So this one here, these are all the dies, but you will find there are 21 dies in there. There's a couple there already cut, and then this one here. So they're 21 dies, and you've got all the pieces in here. So what I was surprised at, I thought, well, I want a circle for my greeting, and I've not die cut the little embroidery hoop. So YouTube and Facebook is faster at the moment. Yeah, it's temperamental. Another day you might have the other one, I think. So this one here, it's an embroidery hoop, and I thought, well, that's nice. Oh, it's a circle. How does that look when it's cut? Okay, how do we try? We just run one through, don't we? So I had a little scrap of this card, and yes, there's my embroidery hoop, but the circle that comes out of the middle, just got to look at that detailed stitching. Can you see that? It's actually got a lovely stitching around the outside, and there's my sentiment. So I quickly stamped that on the centre, and what I would probably do is have that up and one raised. So that one would be flat maybe on the card, and have that one just up a little bit so you can see that it's a bit different, or do it in a different colour. So we've got those ones to play with, and I did just do one of these in my Pebble Path because that was one of the things I wanted to put on there. So I'm just wondering whether we have this one on here to the side. Okay, I think there was more votes for this one in the end, so we'll leave those there for a minute. We're doing well tonight for time. So this is a circle that could sit plonk in the middle. I don't want to spoil all of that. I really don't. So I think I'd like them to be a little bit skew-iff. So that would be 3D, have something like that. Then in here, just by chance, this is my little packets I keep in here with bits I've pre-cut. So like those, the circles and the banners will go into the stylish shapes. So this will go nicely on here. So this is your pair of scissors. Okay, if you haven't got this set, just want to find a piece of white cardstock. Another piece of white here, don't I? If I put things onto white, it does help you guys because the camera will focus better. So those scissors, I've cut them both in the cardstock and in the metallic silver this was. Can you just see that in the, yeah, it's shiny there. There we go. So if you cut them both and then stick them together as a pair of scissors would be, and then just chop the ends off and just stick the shiny bit on for the blade. Okay, it's just a good little trick to do. So that one can come in here. We can have some scissors in there. And I think this one will look better on 3D. So what I'm going to do for this one, we're going to do different designs, but I'm just wondering if that might look a little bit better. That could go there, that could go there. because it's quite dark against this one. Just wondering. No, that'll be all right. Let's do this one. So I'm going to put the ring in place first. Now we can't possibly 3D this because it's just too narrow. So I'm going to stick this one down with my Tombow. Just get that running again. Of course, if I'd have thought, instead of just playing, I would have got my adhesive sheets out. I do keep them in one of the stamp case, the empty stamp cases, and they do work really well. So I'm going to just pop that one off, slightly off the centre, like so. I haven't played with this one for quite a while, and if you look at the stamps, I think the only ones I've used are the birthday one. No, life is better when you're crafting. That's this one, and the cutting machine, just slightly been used. But I don't think the rest, I don't think I've really used those much at all. So I like that one. This one's going to be raised. I just grab my 3D pads. I have my packet of bits, so I'm going to use the bits and snip those. I've lost my scissors. I've got another pair. I've got an empty case there and no scissors in it, so not sure what's happened. So just snipping through these. We need to have a greeting on all of these cards, so we need something on there, and then we need embellishments of some sort. So let's pop this on. The circles I tend to go for 3s, so I do these in a trio, like so. And another one. You know I like my tweezers because it just saves my big fingers getting stuck. So I'm going to raise that up and I'm going to pop that in the centre there. Hope you can see me all right on there. I'll just get out of this shadow. I want it on a bit of a jaunty angle rather than flat, straight. So then you can see it's an embroidery hoop and it is raised up. This one can tuck under somewhere, so that could even tuck under the edge there, like that, and that can still be raised. This one, I'm not sure what colour that was, but I have some more blades in there, I think. No, that's the rest of them, the bottom. So take that one, and then one of those. Let's take that long strip. So with your dimensionals, we all use the extra bits, but do you use your bits first or last? I tend to nearly always be last, as you can see. Some people I've heard that use all the little bits first, so they've gone, and then they've got the nice neat bit in the middle, which I think is a really good idea. I just never get around to doing it that way. So these, we can have a pair of scissors in there as well, because we want to show them like so. How can we do that? Like so. Again, we can't really put these 3D, but I can use those tiny little pieces here from in between the sections I've just used. So you put one on there, press them down well so they don't fall off. Bits on. And maybe one in the middle there. Like so. I won't be able to get on these ones here for 3D. Okay, so we're just going to put that somewhere like so. So you can still see the embroidery hoop, but you know there's a pair of scissors in there as well. How does that look, guys? Okay, so there's 3 pieces on there. You could do more. You could do a different collection, and of course we'll put some gems on there as well. I use them whenever I need to. Yeah, mine tend to be towards the end. I end up with the bits and think, right, I've got to use them now. See, I've got ones in here and I'm not sure if they're still current. These are current. These ones here, Tinsel 3-pack. I'm not sure if these ones are or not, but they will go nicely with, I think they fresh freeze. It doesn't say what colours they were. I've got a feeling they would look nicely with this one, so I maybe leave those out. Now, I've just realised, having put this together, what my technique was I was going to show you. So let's get some gems on this one first. We'll go to the good old clear, because they go with everything. And I'm just going to randomly put some on here. just to give a bit of sparkle in there like so. So we've got a bit of bling and we've got a lovely card. Silver gem for the screw on the scissors. That would be great, except these are medium ones. I haven't got the smaller ones down from them. So we can try it, but great idea. Would that look in there? That's not too big, is it? Look at that, there we go. I was thinking that was going to be too big, but it's not, it's good. There we go. So we have to have odd numbers, so I'm going to put a fifth one on now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I always did that, don't I? Keep that one down there. There we go. So there's one card finished. So that's our project for today. And then everything now is just playing extras. So I haven't pre-cut anything else for you. But I have got these big circles, you see. These big ones here were what I cut out from the waist underneath. Now that could sit on there quite nicely. Okay, like so. Oh, bless you. Thank you. So this could sit on there. We could actually stamp the sentiment on there, and then we could put some embellishments on here so they hang half off. So let's do that for this one. I'm going to keep to the same colours that I've got just for quantity and simplicity. So if I use this one, okay, it's jiggly a little bit, so pop this down on here. It doesn't matter where really, because I can straighten it up when I put it down. Sending you a handmade hug. Isn't that just so sweet? I'll leave you open. So let's go with that one because I was playing about with that. Now sometimes you get these little wispy edges on your dies. Now I just run my nail around the edges. It's just where the die, the metal cuts through it, and sometimes they just have little feathers on there, which is fine. I've tidied my desk up recently, and I need to get my nail block out again. You know, the white blocks we use for nails? They come in extremely handy. So I've got some of these and I'm going to put them on. Need some good coverage on here, so I do need one in the middle. And just, again, pop. Because it's a large circle, I probably will go for. Don't want it to sag in the middle. I've seen so many projects that just sag. If you have a layer and you put 1, 2, 3 and 4, it will just dip in and it will get creased where it's dipped. So this one, we're covering up a lot of those circles, but really in the grand scheme of things, that's not too bad. Look, that's looking good. That's quite nice, I like that. So there's that one, and let's just get some of these little images stamped up. That's out of the way for now. Some whites. I think I've said to you before that I tend to find that this, the glass mat, for some reason, even though it's a hard surface, it stamps really well on here. And I don't always remember to get out my Stamp and Pierce mat. That's one of those. I am more the die cutting than the sewing machines, so I do sew, but I tend to be more on these ones. You'll have to get the dotted circles. Well, that's 2 of you now, one in the cart and one going to get it. It is a really, really good set. This looks quite dark on here, but because I stamped it on white instead of on the on this one. But that's going to be fine. I just want one more piece for the 4th card. See if that's going to go on there. I really must use a lot of the other elements and play with those and get some more options done. There we go. Extremely juicy ink pad, because it's one of the new, well, it's the newer ink pads. It's the Pebble Par. That's that. I'm going to get my little baby up now. I did kind of plan ahead. I think we might, if we wanted to cut anything. So the dies, the cutting machine. I haven't got my glasses on today, but it's just getting that in the middle of the lines. Little plate. to have some play time and just play with your materials and just see what you like, what looks good. If it doesn't look good, put it away and put it for another project, because it will come in somewhere. We just get a bit hung up on trying to decide what to do. That's why, you know, I wing it a lot on here. But sometimes things work, and I don't have many failures. Stampin' Up make it really easy for us with the coordination with the dies and the stamps and the colours of the card with the papers, etc. Which is the whole reason why I joined 15.5 years ago. So starting off like most people to get their products at a discount, and then thinking, okay, well, I'll do some classes. I was teaching classes before I joined Stampin' Up. That kind of was an easy transition for me. A couple of shops that asked me to do classes. I just went to using all Stampin' Up. There we go. So that's those 4. We might have that back again. Okay, so there's some more bits on those. Put these away. Stick that on the plate. That one can go away. Now, I'm just going to give you a closer look at the dies in here. We actually have more dies than there are stamps. So there are reels of cotton. That's the innards, that's the outers. So you could literally stamp some of each of those. You've got flowers, flower and a star. What I do love is these little hearts here. So you've got a double there, 2 different shapes, another one there. So you can stamp some of those. You've got buttons. You've got the basket and the scissors that don't have the corresponding dies to it, and a ruler. So there's lots in here, and also the cutter. We must cut the cutter, guys. We must use this. You need to see this. So how about we do a corresponding? So if we do a, let's see. Might go for scraps of this one. Don't think you're going to fit on there. Let's just see. Oh, so close. That will work. We'll make it work. Okay. This cutter is amazing. And then what we want is a little scrap of the colour we're using. The cutting blade is inside the outside frame, so you do get a little bit of wiggle room. I'll need that again in a sec. So this just falls out of here. And look at this, you've actually got a little slit in here where you can actually put a piece of card through. So I'm going to just make sure you get I had my brush here. There's a piece in this piece in here, which is the slidey piece on your trimmer. It does tend to sit behind in there. So that is the little bit to run up and down. Okay, so we'll pop that, we can put that on a little foam pad. Get that out of the way. I'm just going to cut you a little piece of paper. Now, I haven't got a ruler in hand, so let's just check on here. I need that piece of paper to be about, put that there. If we go a little bit over 4 centimetres, that will work. So I'm going to do it on this one with this colour paper, just so it's got a contrast. Something like that, because it's going to go through like a trimmer would, so it's going to come up through there like that, and then you're going to cut down there on your card, and that's the little stopper that's going to slide down. So I need to just grab the mini cutter and do this at, what did I say, just over 4 centimetres. Look at this. So if that's your piece of card you've put in your trimmer, you're going to cut that like so. Okay, and you're cutting a little piece, or you can have it wherever you want to position it, really, like so. And then I could put a piece of tape across the back there if you wanted, and then we're going to stick that one on a dimensional. Okay, it is textured, so there's a little bit of detail on there. Esther, hello, long time no see, my dear. Your dies, as always, have a right and a wrong. Just put that on a piece of white. So hopefully the camera will focus in time. Maybe not. There is a little score line on there. So maybe you can't see. It's not going to focus, is it? But just trust me, there is a right and a wrong when you cut that. So I'm going to get a tiny little piece of my dimensional. So we've got that here. I just want it to go a little bit smaller, so I'll just cut that back just over half. My thumb got stuck in my scissors there. Oh, look. Trouble is when you're cutting little pieces. There we go. That way down. Here's the sticky end. And I'm literally going to place that on the top there, as that is the little slider that's coming down there. So if we leave it at an angle that we can see it, that is our little trimmer. Does that help? Does that focus? Come on, camera. There you go. So can you see the little grey dot that's going down there? So that can be on one. So that might be a bit too big for that. Oh, let's put that one on there. Can we use that one on here, do you think? Or is that too big? Oh, I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? It is too big. I need that to be on one of the others. So let's do it on this one. We can have that as our piece. We've got a cutter, we've got a die cutter. That can go on this one. Let's put that on there. It wasn't the colour I was going to choose for that one, but hey, let's go with that. So I need my big dimensionals again. If you follow other demos, you'll know that we all have a nightmare behind the scenes of pieces of equipment, and then we bury things under there and we can't find them again. I don't think I'm alone in that. So there's my piece there. So there's my trimmer on this one. So that can go, we want to see the circles, don't we? So I might just put that one there. And we can put a sentiment on that one separately. And this one, we can pop him. If you're going to give that by person, you could, in person, you could actually raise that again. I try to only have one layer on a card so that it doesn't interfere with the postal system. But there's a lot of our crafters we give by hand. That one can go on there like so. There we go. And then we've got a spare one there. Let's pop that over there. So how are we liking this? We've got a few things on there. I'll finish these two. I'll leave the third one because I'm just thinking about time. We're getting to 8:45 now. So we've got some pieces. We need some extra bits on here. So let's bring the machine back. We have some scraps. We have some hearts. Oops. If I bring this back, we could have a die cutting machine. We could have hearts in here. It's a bit of a big piece. I'll just trim that down. You get scratches off these plates. You do get your scratches on the rest of that piece of card. So if you can get away with a smaller piece, I certainly would on those. And just to let you see what they look like, I'm going to do the cotton threads and some buttons. The buttons are on one die together, so that's really handy. So waving that around, let's just move these about a bit. So I haven't actually cut all of these, so this is good. You can better see what they look like. There we go. That'll do. Thank you. Who's this? Claudia. Hi there, nice to see you. There we go. Bring them round here. So if I take the dies off first, we do need the pokey tool. And there, one there. Those hearts, look, they're just gorgeous shapes. The third one's there. You know me, I like fiddly. There's some buttons. There's the other button. Cotton reels. These are embossed. Oh, lovely. They're cute. You're not going to be able to focus on all of these. I don't think the camera will focus too well for me. So that's all the dies gone. That can go in the bin. Let's have a maneuver with some of those. So we've got this one here. So we've got a lot of white space on here. I'm going to poke out the middles of the buttons just because they'll fall out anyway. So it's better to have them gone. So let's just tweezer up. and we just want to put some shapes around here. So we've got a couple of those, got some hearts. I'm going to bring one of each of these to the camera, but I really don't think they're going to focus very well. One is an outside shape. Oh, no, we've got two of the same thing. So I don't know if you'll see the lines on there. It's kind of like a bit of embossing in there as well. So we're going to put some of those on there, just some reels of thread. Okay, and that just shows the reels going round. And then we'll put, I like the long heart on here. Put that one on there, couldn't we? So I'm going to glue these on, just for quickness. Just put that on the machine, because we love our machine, don't we? There's a little tiny bit of glue. If you do the glue, obviously you won't see through the middle. If you put a pad, you would. Oh, look at this. You're loving all the little bits. If I'd have thought I was going to do 4 cards, then you dictated my 4, because we couldn't choose on the colours. But I would have had those pre-cut. Okay, we'll have a couple of those in there, cotton rails. There's the other heart, look, escaping. Just looking at the time there. There we go, just have a couple of reels of cotton like so. So I would probably have put some more detail on there, I might have stamped that on there, done a little bit more. We don't want to do overkill on the decoration, but I really think that that looks quite nice as well. I'm going to put these in a little pouch. I've got a little tray on my desk, so they don't get lost, they can go on something else. There you go. So that's that one. We just got gems for that one. And then this one, we want to put a greeting on there, and we will be done, I think, for tonight with those 3. I think the next one I'm just going to do a quick fussy cut. My white pieces. This is where we use our scraps, you see, and they do come in handy for odd bits like this. And even then I still push it up to one edge. So, and because it's a different shape, I'm literally just going to quickly chop around that one. Whilst it's down, we're just going to whiz around the edges of this one. Sometimes fussy cutting for me is quicker than lining it up on a trimmer and getting it square and getting a shape and getting whatever you need. I love doing this, particularly I've got lots of black scraps I need to work through, and lots of them, offcuts of things, and I'd like to do a lot of white embossing and then have a whole little pot of greetings already done like this and quickly cut around them. Okay, so that one can then come on here like so. We'll have to put this one flat, and we'll put some pads this side just to balance it up so it doesn't go lopsided. In fact, one big one there, and then Tombow this side, because that's going to sit tight on the paper. How's that look? There we go, some gems on there quickly. We said that these were tinsel 3-pack gems. I've got a feeling they might be retired, they might not, but we have some here to use up, so let's use them anyway. Okay, and you know that we can always colour our gems as well. I'll put some in the background, large one there and a couple of little ones. One up there, another big one somewhere down there. There we go, so that's that one done. Then this one can go back to our clears. Okay, so we've got the trimmer, we've got that on there, so that is the button, so we don't really want to hide that. So I'm just going to do 3 of these little ones on here. And just randomly up there. There we go, how's that for a record breaking? We've got 3 and we've got a 4th one here that we can play with at some point. Okay, I've got those banners that I cut from the scraps, so we could even put a sentiment on there, make it a little bit different, have that down the bottom and have that one on there like so, something like that. Okay, so I hope you like those. I think from the comments it's been a really good one, and so thanks for joining me. I think some people might have dropped out, but yeah, lovely. Thanks for your oh no, an error recut. Oh yeah, super cute. Oh bless you. Thanks, Esther. Thanks, Anne. There are a few people still here. Look, let me just take that off and bring you back to me. So that's today is yeah, Sunday. So it's Wednesday next, isn't it? I totally lost track of the days of the week this week. Don't know what day we are. So today's Sunday. So I will see you on Wednesday. Only a few more days, and I will have something for you then. Okay, take care. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you.